back. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
How's it going, homie?
Okay, everything's fine. How are you? Yeah.
I'm good. I just got my daughter's progress report.
Oh God, is
From
it
school.
progress report time?
Yeah. It showed up in the mail today.
Ooh, they mail it to you?
Yeah, it's a different game. I think they realize you can't trust the kids directly.
Huh, that's weird. You mean
Yeah.
so the times that I told my mother, "Oh no, I know everyone else in the school got theirs today, but they said mine wasn't ready."
Mine's a special, Ma. It's gonna be one of one. They're working on it.
They're working on it. They ran out of ink. Whole school ran out of ink.
And not even, it's weird because it was a Sharp. They kept going with the names after mine.
Yep.
But yeah, they're
but
working on it.
That's what happens when you're an S. You're near the end of the alphabet. So
what you gonna do, Sha? It's a good report card.
That's good.
So I'm happy for her. She's in trouble for an unrelated thing. So I'm trying to like figure out the right amount of like, yo, good shit, but you still grounded.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, I gotta balance that.
I mean, that's pretty good. We're proud of you, but you're still in trouble for the other thing.
Yeah, because admittedly she nailed it. Like the report called fire, like low key.
Right.
It's kind of hot, and I want to be hyped, but I can't be hyped because she's still in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna express that. Like I'm gonna give her the whole roller coaster. Like, yo, this is crazy. What you did was crazy, but this is crazy. There's a lot of that.
Man, you are listening to a person figuring out parenting on the fly, everybody.
Yeah, I'm transparent with this, Sha. I don't know the job. I don't know anyone that knows the job.
No one knows the job.
No one knows how to do this shit.
No one does.
I'm figuring it out as I go because that's how the job comes.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is no reset button, Sha. Like, if I do it bad, I don't get like another set of kids to try it with next week.
That is true.
It's just my kids.
That's true.
I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I'm trying. I'm figuring it out. I'm working with the parts I got. This is the information that was presented to me. And here we are. We're doing what we can. I'm just as shocked as you that they let me have you. I'm right with you. I don't know how I'm a parent, but no one has said anything for 12 years. They just keep letting it happen every day. They know where I live. I talk about y'all all the time on stage, on podcasts. People are aware. I got you. I show up at school board meetings, letting them know, yup, this is me. They're surprised too, but no one shows up. No one comes to take y'all.
No. Mm-mm.
So, like, this is why I, like, when something goes really bad with a kid,
mm-hmm.
I don't know who to blame because I know, like, I do know I'm trying. Like, I'm legitimately trying to be a good parent,
mm-hmm.
but I know I'm not a great parent. I know I'm not nailing it. Like, I'm not crushing it.
Right.
But I'm trying to be as good as I can be.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, every time I do something that, like, I'm like, I should have, like, not done that. It makes me, and no one comes and takes my kid. I realize, there must be, like, a really fucked up parent. Like, you gotta be, like, really bad for someone to take your kid.
Yeah.
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 That's how I tell my kids. It's like, I don't know how, like, the grading system works, but, like, I gotta be, like, at least, like, a B-.
Right. I think you're doing better than you think. I will say that no one is ever killing it with their kid. No one's ever. Yeah. That's impossible to be like the perfect parent because that's based on whose metrics. Because if other adults are saying you're the perfect parent, your child is not. And if the children are saying your parents are like total perfection, they're doing everything you want them to do, blah, blah, you're doing something wrong. You're not supposed to, who do you appeal to? So there's no way, I don't know what that judge's table will look like, but there's no way you're going to make them all happy. So there's no one who's killing it.
Okay. Yeah. I feel better about that.
So just keep that in mind, that no matter what, even people who think that they were good parents at some point. And I mean, that's also just part of growing is that, you're dealing with a child who is figuring themselves out, and you're kind of in the way sometimes of them figuring things out the way they want to. So you're
Right.
never going to be like perfect.
Yeah.
And with hindsight, you'll be good to great, but you got to get through the rough parts first before before they can look back and go, actually, yeah, he did handle that all right. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm hoping for too. Cause like I think of like my parents. My dad, I think, was wild. Like he was a wild boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can look back and see like what he was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
So now with the distance of not like being there,
Mm-hmm.
where I've been out the house now over a decade and a half, and also having my own kids and knowing how hard it is to like make right decisions all the time.
Yeah.
I only see the good of what he did.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even like if I remember something that like, oh, that could have been like mildly traumatic. Like in retrospect, it's just like, oh, that like it's almost silly. Like it's a funny memory.
Right.
Because overall he got it right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm hoping for. I feel like if my batting average is solid, like, when I croak, I'm gonna get a cool eulogy. You know what I mean? That's all I'm hoping for. Like when I die, it's gonna be like, yo, he was cool, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want it to be some situation would be like, yo, nobody come to my funeral,
mm-hmm.
and like my son say some wild shit. Like, I'm glad it's about time. I don't want that. I don't want that energy. So what I'm hoping for is like it's gonna be more like y'all knew my father, and yeah, he had his issues, but and if I get that, I won. I'm happy.
As long as you get the butt after he had his issues. As long as I get the butt,
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm accepting the first half is going to happen. Like,
right.
Yo, yeah, he spent too much time on Sundays watching football games. But, and then I'm good,
Sure.
That's it.
Sure.
He spent a weird amount of time on a stoop in the corner in his late 30s. But.
Yeah, he took me to comedy shows with him.
But as long as it goes there, I'm good. I think that's the sign of a good parent. If you can get to that,
if you can get to the butt,
you get to the butt, and your eulogy, you won. You don't get the butt, it's over.
Yeah.
You need that. I think that's a good goal. I'm rooting for that right there.
Okay, I would possibly, just a minor suggestion. Yeah. Maybe ask for the words after but not be he's gone now.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a good. I didn't even think of that.
Do that. Let's see if hopefully it's like, he did these terrible things, but he's gone now. That's not necessarily a good butt.
Oh man. But we're better off now, he's in a different place.
Yeah, right.
Oh man. We're so much it's just like when he was on tour. Best times of our childhood, best times now. Yeah, I agree. I gotta add that
yeah, but otherwise I think you're doing all right. I think you're doing fine.
I'm trying. I'm gonna see what I do. I have a couple goals with like stuff like that. Like I'm okay with being second best parent.
Okay, as all fathers should be, apparently.
Yeah, I think that's the rule. That's the rule. That's the role.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with that, but I want to be like top 5 dad they know.
Okay. I'm okay
with not being the top dad. There's gonna be a dad that like crushes it, cool, and that's your friend's dad. There's gonna be a TV dad that I can't measure up to, cool,
right?
And then like 2 other dads. That's like in my ballpark. But you need
to be at least top 5. And that would make sense because the other dads that they like they're not being disciplined by them.
Exactly. I can't beat that.
Right.
You just getting the invisibility clone. I might even lose ironically to my own dad because they only see the best version of him.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm okay with that.
Grandparents are always just lying to their grandchildren.
And I also want to be top 3 in-law in my wife's family.
Okay.
So like I'm like according to her parents, right? They got 5 kids.
All right.
So I want, if they're ranking the in-laws, I want to be top 3.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm there. Right now, I think I'm top 2.
Well,
So
that's
I'm good
good.
right
That's
now.
good.
Yeah, I feel good about my spots right now.
Okay.
So yeah, those are my rankings. I'm okay with, all the other ones I'm all right with, like losing any other. Those are the rankings I'm going by.
Are all
Like,
the other in-laws men?
no,
No?
I'm
Okay.
losing. There's one other she has one sister, so there's potentially a dude there.
Okay.
I don't like that dude, and I
Oh
don't
my.
think anyone else does. So I'm winning.
Okay, great.
So
Fantastic.
I'm winning that one. You know what I mean? And then to the brothers, their significant others, admittedly, like they're dope.
Right.
So I'm losing there in theory to one in particular. The other one I think I would lose to, but she's out of state. So
Okay.
like that hurts her rankings, you know, because
Right.
like
Because she's
the
not around.
grandkids ain't around. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think if she was New York, I would lose. But that helps me. So I'm gonna say like I'm 2.5. I'm
Okay.
dev beating the other dude. I'm crushing him, demolishing that dude. He ain't got no shot on. He ain't on. He minor leagues right now. He ain't playing with us. We got another class. He got to elevate his game. You know.
That's fantastic. That's so great.
And then and there's still there's an open draft spot there. But I'm okay with that.
What a way to say that somebody is single. There's an open draft spot.
Yeah, there's still potential there. We don't know what's going to happen. But I feel like the reason I'm happy with that is because at some point they're gonna meet someone else, you know, and whatever. Maybe that person is like great, but you gotta. It's like, you know, John Stockton versus like Penny Hardaway. You know, like at some point the legacy gotta account for the time in the game. So if they bring someone in, they might be Penny Hardaway. They might be better than me in their prime, their peak.
Right.
But I got 15 years in already on them. You know, so you got to start counting my longevity years.
Sure.
You know, it's part of my legacy. So,
and John Stockton is who you want to use here.
I mean, he had the longest run as a point guard. You know,
He did.
He was never the best point guard in the NBA.
Right.
But he was always top 10. But he gave you like 20 years.
Right.
So that's me right now. I'm never gonna be the one, but I got the longest run right now.
Okay.
So whoever my brother-in-law brings in the game, she might be incredible, but he already in his 30s. You know what I mean? So like whatever run you have with this young lady, she gotta be like the god of it. Like she gotta be the OG in-law.
Do you realize all she has to do is have a really good dessert and a really good side dish, and you could be sidelined? Do you know that?
That's fair.
Also, if she gives birth to a grandchild, that bumps you back.
Even though we got 2?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because she's coming in later in the game, but giving them what they want.
But we gave them 2.
Yeah, but that's great. That's what y'all did. What about the other ones? How the other ones putting in their part?
Okay.
Yeah. Grandchildren. I'm telling you, that grandparent brain is wild.
I gotta come up with some strategy.
Yeah, you just think that through, because it really could be something as simple as like, wow, her peas and rice are good, and then it's Gastor who.
That's right. Wow.
Yeah.
It's hard, yo. I know.
Hard. It's so hard.
So like, I feel like I'm good with the mother-in-law.
Okay.
Like I'm nailing that part of it. Admittedly, I got work to do with the father-in-law.
Well, you always will.
Yeah, I think that's the tougher ranking to crack. I married his oldest daughter.
Ooh,
so
that's.
So I got the challenge there.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough.
You know, I came back because his second grandkid was my oldest, so it was his first granddaughter, so that helped me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I felt like that gave me points.
Yep.
But I could see, to your point, like if the new person gives him a granddaughter, because right now it's heavily skewed boys.
Right.
So then I could see that, like, oh, she knew in the game and she just gave us another girl. That
Yeah.
could really hurt me.
Mm-hmm. That
And I
could.
don't have, yeah, I don't got like a direct bond with him. Me and the mother-in-law, we got like a bond. We good. Like
Mm-hmm.
I call her Bernie Mac. Like she finds that funny. She don't understand why I do it. I told her because of the comedian.
Right.
And then also I get extra points because I remember Costa Rican Mother's Day.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've been sending her flowers just for that day. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I've been like, and 2 years, I should get, this is what I think might help me with the father-in-law. Two
Okay.
years, I was getting the Costa Rican Mother's Day flowers. And then 1 year, he slacked off and I still got the flowers.
Ooh.
So he slipped and I know he was a little tight in the house, but that wasn't on me.
Right.
So then the next year, when it came up again, I gave him a courtesy text. Say, yo, I'm going to do this. Do you need me to hook you up? And then I helped him get the flowers and I bought him the better flowers from my place.
Right.
So she got 2 sets of flowers from that day, one from him, one from me, but both from me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
I hope she doesn't
feel
listen to this podcast.
So I feel like I'm Gucci, like I'm doing my
Yeah.
part.
Yeah, that kind of thing will help you, I think. But just know if someone comes in and they got a good dessert and they spit out a grandkid for him, it may get a little rocky for you. I believe that you will figure out how to maintain your standing.
Yeah.
But just know it may get a little rocky there for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I figured what I'm hoping for is they don't have the grandchild for another 7 years and my kids are adults. And that'll give me time to incorporate bacon and other skills.
Oh, okay. All right.
Round out what I'm offering, We'll
right.
see.
Right.
I'm trying my best here, Shadi.
I know. It's very hard. It's all very, that is, I guess, why I have opted out. It is all very tough.
Oh, man. Let's get into the news, Sha.
Okay.
Kanye's Yeezy brand gets sued for taking forever to ship products. That's right. Kanye West Yeezy brand has allegedly failed to deliver its product in a timely manner, causing the state of California to serve a legal delivery of its own. The state is suing Yeezy for failing to ship items within 30 days and failing to provide adequate delay notices to shoppers, amongst other allegations, according to a lawsuit filed against the brand on October 22nd. The lawsuit claims that West's company violated California state business code sections requiring products purchased online to be shipped within 30 days. If the items are not able to be shipped within that time period, merchants are obligated to provide a refund, send out a notice of delay, or find another remedy, none of which Yeezy's has done, the lawsuit claims. Legal documents also allege that the brand made untrue or misleading statements regarding its ability to ship products within the certain time frame, particularly where customers paid an additional charge for expedited shipping.
Okay. Why did we think, look, why did we think that Ye, I'll use his new name, Ye, why did we think that he would be on top of something like this?
I agree.
Like this isn't, I mean, he's a visions man. He's a visions man. And I feel like he likes to be surrounded by a lot of other vision people.
Right.
But you need to have somebody, you need to have a Capricorn, not even a Capricorn. They're vision people too. You need a Virgo. You need to have a Virgo on your team, somebody that's checking all these spreadsheets and going, hey, bruh, you know that if we don't send it in 30 days, we got to at least let folks know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you need logistics.
Like you need a logistics person. I'm willing to bet no one said we got to tell Kanye that we got to send this thing out. I bet. And so they were just like, well, I mean, I bet if we told him he's going to be mad, so maybe we just shouldn't tell him. Or maybe they're like, I guess we'll send an email to like his assistant and see if it gets to him. But in the meantime, we just won't do anything. There are many ways for that ball to be dropped, but you got to have someone who has the power from Kanye to say, look here, bruh, you keep making these weird little, monster looking Croc shoes and these puffy ass outer labia jackets. and I will let the people know when to expect them. Because so many things are being delayed right now.
Yeah.
So, like, I think enough people are aware that things are being delayed that they're kind of like, oh, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I haven't gotten anything. But you still got to let them know.
Yeah, that's all it is. The article says that too. Like, it's worth noting that shipping delays have caused the global supply chain disruption, including other brands like Supreme. But the brand should still be informing shoppers on when their products will be arriving.
Yeah.
Listen, Kanye is busy making classic albums.
No, he's
planning a
not.
presidential run.
He ain't doing none of these things. He's going nuts after a divorce and maybe getting back together. I mean, look, I'm not saying he's not doing these things. You know, he said, yeah, make a hoodie with no strings or whatever. But I don't. He's busy, but he shouldn't have been too busy to go, you there. How are you with details? Good? Great. You take care of all the details necessary so I don't catch a case. I got to go change my name legally. You see? I got to wear a Michael Myers mask and meet up with Michael Cohen. I got lots of things on my plate. I need to have somebody who's going to send out, emails to these people and let them know that we might be running a little late.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. If I put money down for some of these ugly ass shoes, which I've actually seen in the wild, and they're not as bad as I thought they would be, but I think I am a little more accepting of things that are truly hideous. So maybe that's just a change within me. But like if I put down money and I'm waiting on these shoes or these jackets or whatever, and I see photos of Kanye West getting what looks to be an extremely painful haircut, wearing a Michael Myers mask out in public, meeting with Michael Cohen 2 days in a row. Yeah, I'm going to be mad. Like, hey, bro, where my shoes at?
That's fair.
Send an email so I'm not out here tweeting into the wild. Yo, this motherfucker needs to send my shoes. Is what he needs to do.
Kicks.
I will use his full government name.
You heard it here first, okay?
No, don't hear anything from me. I ain't one of the gossips. You ain't heard it from me. But yeah, just get you a Virgo, get you a couple of Virgos that can work together, have them send out all the emails and stuff, and quit. Just stop fucking around, bruh. I mean, do what you got to do for your personal whatever, but business-wise, like, you got to get people to be on top of that and then be on top of them so they're not stealing from you. But, get people you trust on top of that so that this is such a simple thing to be sued over.
You need this handled.
Yeah.
You gotta get some people on your team, B. Are Scorpios big picture, or like what are they supposed?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I feel like what I know about Scorpios is that they are they are wild. They are
okay.
I feel like there's some sort of like they do what they want, and it's sometimes they're not thinking of others, but if you are in their crew, they take care of you.
Okay.
So if you're not in their crew, you do feel slighted in a big way. They slight you in a big way. But if you are part of their crew and you're part of who they deem important, you will always be taken care of by them.
Okay.
Right? I
feel like I just asked you, so are gas stores like this? And you could have just said all of that verbatim.
Is that you? I don't know. I mean, like, you've got a lot of ideas, and I don't know if that's necessarily the Scorpio in you. It could be whatever your moon is or your rising. We won't get into it because people will hate me.
I'm the cusp, so I'm born. I got the Libra and Scorpio thing.
Yeah, and I've known a lot of Scorpios, and that is what I've noticed about just working with and being friends with a lot of them. but I don't know enough about Libras, and I hear people talk about, yeah, Libra, 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 and I'm like, I can't think of anything about you. So, like, at no point does someone do something, and I'm like, yeah, that's how Libras roll. I don't know what y'all do. You know what I mean?
I don't identify as it, and I don't hear anybody rep it like that.
I hear people rep it, but I also forget who those people are. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know. Man, we're going to get a lot of messages from Libras, and I'm sorry and happy belated birthday. But
there you go. I mean, we going to learn. That's,
absolutely. Let me know
what the other half of my sign is, and see if it fits me.
But it is also like what your moon is, whatever sign your moon is, also figures prominently into how you act. It turns out.
How do you figure out the moon thing?
All I need from you is you get your an astrology chart, which is basically just the most basic thing is sun, moon, and rising. Where where the sun was, where the moon was, and whatever planet is rising or whatever. And that is based on the time that you were born.
Okay.
And the location that you were born. The day you're born, the time you're born, location you were born. You could literally go to you could just look up natal chart, or look up astrology chart, put in various sites will come up, put in that information. If you know the location where you were born, the exact time you were born, and your birth date, and that stuff they'll auto populate it.
Okay.
And then you'll know the big three are sun, moon, and rising. And then once you know that, it's kind of wild. Because I didn't really know all of that until kind of recently. And now I see, knowing what my moon is, I see how I am a little more that than I am my sun sign, which is Leo. But either way, I should be an absolute mess. I should be a lot more of a mess than I am. So
I mean, I'm on this self-discovery journey, so
that's great. That's great.
We're gonna figure it out.
So anyone listening is either going to go, "Oh, this is fascinating. I can't wait to find out what Gastor's sun and moon and rising is," and the other half of the people are like, "Bro, what are y'all talking about? Why are you letting her talk you into this? Don't believe in that shit." All are fair. All opinions are fair. It's a fun party trick. All opinions are fair on that one.
Oh man! Another news: Kat Von D is closing her famous tattoo parlor. Kat Von D's move means the end of an era. The famed tattoo artist / reality star / musician and entrepreneur.
The way you said musician. No, I didn't know she was a musician either. Yeah. So
I learned that right with that paragraph. Has announced she is shuttering her LA-based tattoo parlor High Voltage. Von D, whose shop was the scene for the TLC reality series LA Inc., made the announcement from her verified IG account. She explained that her family has decided to move from LA to Indiana, having recently purchased a beautiful home on a bit of land in rural Indiana. The more time we spend out there, we realize we feel more at home there than we do here in LA. That means that sadly, I will be closing my beloved tattoo shop here in West Hollywood on December 1st. I didn't think it would make sense to keep it open if I wasn't present. And aside from coming back to work on music with my band, we don't plan on returning to LA very often.
Huh.
Wow. Thank you for 14 years of love and tattooing, says Fondi.
14 years, huh? All right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, good for her. I get it. I mean, after a while, that's what you just want to be like, I'm done with whatever the rat race is in LA.
Yeah.
You're just like, hey, I like being out here in Indiana where it takes me 30 minutes to drive to a place, but also, I got all this land. I can shoot at cans. I can do whatever it is, that y'all are having fun doing. That's great.
Shoot all those cans, Kat.
Absolutely. It's not fun. I mean, shooting at a can is not fun.
Yeah. I'm into that, actually. Kat, I hope you invite me. I'm into this. I want to shoot cans for the first time.
I hope that she's still going to. Is she the one that makes the cover up? She makes a cover up that
right, it hides all the tattoos.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I hope you're still going to make that, because that stuff works very well.
Yeah, stay on
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So make sure you make that money. Also, are you sure your music is worth going back to LA to keep doing it? You
Yeah,
know, you could just
that's
send
a little much.
you could send that stuff on the internet.
Yeah,
Build a studio out there.
that's it. FL Studios, download that app, download Reaper or something. One of those apps. Just record it from your house.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I'm gonna look up her music and see if it's anywhere. And then I'm probably gonna regret it, but I gotta hear it probably.
I mean, look, I'm all about like, even if it's bad, keep doing it if it makes you happy.
Yeah, if you are loving it, I would never stop doing
Yeah,
it.
I'm all about that. Like, you found something that makes you happy, do it. With that said, you were, from what I saw, a solid tattoo artist. I
Yes.
legit like dig some of the pieces you did. You were also a model. You were also an entrepreneur with the makeup and the tattoo parlor. So I'm not that I'm rooting against the music. I'm just highly skeptical that you're going to be good at a sixth thing. You know, that's all. But
Anything.
I'm open. I'll
Yeah.
try it. It's possible there's people that are that dope.
Anything is possible. Oh, okay. She put out a new album like a couple of months ago.
Okay,
A
cat.
debut album called Love Made Me Do It.
Good for you, cat.
All right, I'm gonna listen to this album. Kat Von D, I know you have no idea who I am. You're not even listening, but trust me, I'm gonna have a review for this album.
Look at that. You got one new fan, cat.
Hey,
One
fan
new
is pushing
listener.
it.
Right, one new listener.
One new listener.
That's it.
One new listener. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
it. Your
I
Spotify
did not realize
streams.
that she was. I think I knew that she was Mexican, but I don't think I realized she was born in Mexico.
Oh, rock on.
I think I just thought that her parents were Mexican.
Huh.
But then again, her name is Catherine von Drakenberg. So I guess only one is Mexican. I don't know. I don't exactly know how that works, but I didn't realize that.
Listen, keep making those weird songs.
We hadn't even listened to them yet, and we know that they're weird. But that's good. I hope they are weird. I truly hope they are weird. That's what we're looking for.
I'm all about that. Be niche as hell. All right. Be the MF Doom of country music for all I care.
No, that
do it.
I don't know.
What I mean? I don't know what that would sound like, but do that.
Think that through before you get that down on tape. Think that through, Kat Von D. Don't take all of his suggestions.
Get a mask, start performing. Do it up. Finally, Michael Jordan's game-worn sneakers from his rookie season auctioned for a record $1.47 million. A pair of Jordan sneakers worn during his rookie season were sold on Sunday at auction for just short of $1.5 million. The purchase by card collector Nick Fiorella more than doubled the previous record for the most expensive game-worn shoes initially set in 2020. Another Jordan-worn pair sold for $615,000 with a piece of glass still in the shoe from the Hall of Famer when he shattered a backboard in a 1985 game. The latest footwear was worn by Jordan in his fifth career NBA game against the Denver Nuggets and potentially even earlier. The Nike Airships were also signed by Jordan before being gifted to former Nuggets ball boy TJ Lewis, who maintained the shoes before selling them this week. It continues a trend of high-demand Jordan-related memorabilia. An Upper Deck jersey game-worn patch card sold for $2.7 million earlier this month, and one fan even bought a pair of his underwear recently. That's
unnecessary. Nope.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that's not necessary. Who kept that? Anyway.
Yeah. And recently sold shoes the recently sold shoes still only ranked second on the all-time list for most expensive footwear. That honor goes to our previous article's guest, Yeezy, for his Yeezy 1 prototypes that he wore at the 2008 Grammys, which sold for $1.8 million.
Oh boy. I mean, all right. Yay.
Honestly, I'm a huge Ye fan. I was bothered by that.
What? That he sold his shoes?
That his shoes cost more than Jordan's shoes.
Why?
Because, that's what the shoes are being used like for basketball, it's like a basketball shoe.
Right.
So like it fits what he does. So it's like if Kanye's like MPC 2000, like his drum machine,
Okay, I
if
see.
that sold for $2 million, I'd get that because that's like a part of what made his legacy.
Gotcha. But those
You
were
know,
just shoes he wore.
these were shoes he wore, and not that it's not part of his legacy. It's just not like the signifying part. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
The clothing he's created has been cool, but he's gonna go down as a legendary musician. Jordan, a legendary ball player.
Right.
I understand why his sneakers would go down as like one of the most expensive sneakers.
Right.
Like I love that. Like the Smithsonian has like Jay Dilla's MPC. I think that's dope.
Right. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
that's a timeless piece of history for music. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like, yeah, it should be something like that. Like his keyboard or something should be wild expensive. Not his sneakers. His sneakers. That's madness. How your sneakers cost more than the GOAT sneakers?
I mean, that is you do make an excellent point. But it's also, I think, just based on the frenzy at the time.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to bet that there was just more of a frenzy about the idea of having Kanye sneakers than there was a frenzy about having these Michael Jordan sneakers, because it's like, well, yeah, but that dude wears sneakers all the time. He plays games in sneakers constantly. There's almost a never-ending supply of these. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm guessing that's probably the mindset behind it.
Yeah, he only wore prototypes once.
Yeah.
Jordan has other game worn sneakers.
Yes. I think that might be why, the frenzy of whatever. I think it probably, Kanye's able to ride that wave of just a constant frenzy. And Michael Jordan does as well, but it's where the frenzy is different.
Yeah.
The groups who are engaged in the frenzy are just different. And there are going to be ebbs and flows with it. So, we could have just caught Michael Jordan at an ebb and Kanye at a flow.
Okay.
Like that kind of thing. That's possible. But either way, to me, it's just wild. But I'm like, all right, historically, I guess that's fine to pay that much for a pair of those sneakers. But I'm just also thinking of the dude who had those sneakers since he was like, he gave, you know what I mean? The ball boy or whoever it was, the Nuggets, who just held on to him until it was like, all right, time to sell him.
Hell yeah. He's probably, you got to figure, if he was a ball boy, he's like early 20s.
Right.
And now he's like 50. So that dude's paying off a house right now. He's retiring.
Yeah, I guess so. Also,
like,
I need to know who is holding on to used underwear, and how do you keep that? How do you verify that? How do you authenticate that? What are the steps that are necessary before you put it up for auction?
Yo, I saw that there's articles that like instantly make me click. There's articles that instantly tell me I can't read this. Like I saw the link like 4 times and I was like, I can't click on that. I don't want to know that life. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I don't want to go down that wiki feed. I don't want to know more about that because I know it's going to come up one day when I'm at a bar and I'm going to want to talk about it because I know too much and I'm inebriated and I'm going to feel like I got to share. And then that's just going to be out there like, hey, Gastor's that dude that knows how to authenticate used underwear. So I don't want that as part of my brand in general.
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
I just clicked the link. So here we go. The final bid for his one-of-a-kind boxers was $2,784. 19 bids. There were 19 bids. Let's see. As previously reported, the gray and black boxers hit the auction block, and the company says the trunks have evidence of definite use by the GOAT themselves. I don't even know what that means. But what they mean is there were some loose threads and a dry cleaning tag. So they weren't dirty. They had just been worn.
Oh my God.
The garment, whatever the company was that sold them, secured the garment from Jordan's buddy and bodyguard. John Michael Wozniak, who you might remember from the Last Dance documentary. Wozniak also gave the company other items worn by MJ: suits, coats, dress shirts, and ties that were included in the auction lot. So someone paid $2,700.
You gotta assume like that can't be like. How many things did he lose at the auction? But he was like, all right, I lost the suit, I lost the basketball, I lost the sneakers. Nobody's beating me on this underwear bit. Like, that can't be your agenda going in, right? Like, you can't go in there.
I wonder, 19 bids. I wonder how many of them were like, I'm bidding on these other things too, as well as wouldn't it be funny if I bid on the underwear? And how many of them were just like, I'm only bidding on the underwear.
Yeah. Yo. That's so wow.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my God. Yeah,
well, listeners, if you would like to bid on our underwear, used or otherwise, I've got some coming. New. I haven't unworn. We'll see how it gets here. Like and subscribe to our podcast. If you're an Apple listener, reviews are nice. Stars are very important. 4 stars, you're definitely getting a pair of underwear that shows evidence of being used.
There you
go. 5 stars, it shows evidence of being used, but there's also a dry cleaning tag, so they are clean.
Look at that. We take care of you, baby.
If you have any article ideas, if you want to send us any you think we should cover, send it to us. Instant message on Twitter or Instagram. Gastor is Gastor Almonte. I'm Silky Jumbo. Did I miss anything, Gastor? Did I miss anything?
Nah, you're nailing it. Okay. You got to close us out.
Here, you close it out. I've said too much.
With all that said, my name is Gastor Almonte with the newly closing out specialist, Shalewa Sharpe. It's been a bonus episode of the War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace. Lord, let me grow. This block is hard. Once the guns go cold.